BSRTV returns for round 15 of the Engine Oil Direct BSR Touring Car Championship. And Alex, the weather has turned and it's making it very treacherous out there.
Yeah, just had a little report from the drivers saying it's very, very tricky out there now. So looks a bit very, very dull out there now, doesn't it? So,
yes,
you know, track conditions completely different. So might swap it up a little bit. We'll see if the setups for the guys have worked on through the week will be affected or not, but you know, that shift in wind can really affect the balance of the car sometimes.
Somebody should drop some rain on this track. It's looking dull enough for that to happen. Yeah, guys are crashing in the pit lane. It's treacherous out there, but just before we go to the start of the race, we're going to see what the guys have to contend with in our track guide, which was made for us by Jamie Rushworth again this week.
Hello, I am Jamie Rushworth and this is a lap guide of Interlagos in the Kia Optima. For turn 1, brake at the fence post between the 50 and 100 markers. Turn in quite late to stay to the left on the exit to get the straightest line through turn 2. Hug the curb for the left-hander, balancing the throttle so you don't run wide on exit. Brake just before the 100 marker for turn 4 and let the car run over the curb. Don't apply the throttle too early as the corner tightens on exit. Turn 5 is flat out. Brake about 50 meters before the marshal box on the left and keep the car tucked inside for turns 6 and 7. Brake about 20 meters before the rubber on track for turn 8, turning in early and taking lots of curb. Stay near the curb for turn 9, accelerating fairly early in the corner. Brake just a bit before the curb starting on the right and turn in fairly late from near the middle of the track. Balance your speed through 11. Use the tufts of grass in the rumble strip as a brake guide for 12. Run over the curb on the inside and be careful not to go over the curb on the outside as it will keep pulling you wide. And now it is flat to the finish line. That lap time was a 1 minute 38.555 set with the iRacing default weather. The setup for this lap can be found in the video description.
Track and give us some tips about how it's going to work out.
Indeed, and we saw that melee, Alex, at the start of round 14, and this one, well, we could see a bigger one here.
Well, I was just going to say actually, Andrew, I think I want more of the same from last race, but without that massive crash.
I hope you get your wish.
I have to say the race itself was brilliant. You know, so tight up front, couldn't really take our eyes off it, but a lot of stuff going on behind it. But you know, great, just huge carnage at the start. Probably spoil it for some of the guys that were in that reverse grid position.
Yeah, I mean, you take the E off Huge and you get Hoog, and he was the winner of race 2, and he's going to start about 15th for this one, I believe.
Yeah, he closed up a little bit overall in the championships as well. I say overall, obviously he dropped after the first round, but then back to 90 points behind as well. Jamie Rushworth consolidating his 3rd place. Field moves up to 4th with the absence of Katz Baker in his traditional 6th place. If he doesn't end in 6th, I will be disappointed, I tell you. Russell Laker in 7th. Ashley Sutter moved back into the top 10 in 8th place. Linus Brostrom dropped to 9th, and Daniel Kraft moved himself into the top 10 with 735 points.
Good job some of these guys don't have to warm up in the race car, Alex, and they get a fresh one for the race, because there wouldn't be many people who've been unscathed from this warm-up. An absolute carnage. Just about to take to the grid, and I'll just take you through the first few positions on the grid. Ron Kaiser on pole ahead of Steve Walker for DG. Robert Plumley's got a great chance to win the race, I think, from 3rd. They've Ellis Stevens, Daniel Hunt, Ade Koba Lopez is 6th, Graham Carroll 7th, Julian Janowski 8th, Adam Terry 9th, and Steve Hefford 10th. Championship contenders: Field 13th, Sutton 14th, Rushworth 15th, Srudovic 16th, Boog in 17th. Who's your pick, Alex, in this these, frankly, very tricky conditions.
I have to say, I mean, I know I keep picking the pole man every time, and something happens. I'm hoping Jeroen will get a clean start and get away. He definitely has the pace. Shouldn't be where he is right now. You know, he's had to fight back from round 1 and then round 2 as well. So he's got pole position this time, so he should have a good race. Steve Walker, Robert Plumley. I'd like to see Plumley do really well as well. It's good to see him up there. He does these broadcasts as well. If you haven't seen those, it gives you a bit of a driver's eye camera. Tuning in, subscribe to his channel. It'll be all good.
On the driver's eye camera of Robert Plumley, you'll only see one car directly in front of him, possibly one to the side as well. But the revs are rising. Will Kaiser be the king of Interlagos? We'll see now as the green light comes on. And it's not a very good start by Jeroen, and Steve Walker's already alongside him. Plumley's having a look in the CQR car. Steve Walker's through, but he makes the best of it, and we're going to have the same situation.
Yeah, that's an Elite 220 car called a couple of
and the CQR cars off. Oh, it's a big one. Can everybody make it through? Go on the grass, guys. Come on, get out of the way. Don't go on the track. All the CQR cars, Alex, in trouble.
Wow, that's
and I've got to say that guys are coming.
There's more going off. Lopez down the back straight as well, in the middle of the track. Everybody's having to. Just about. Do they? I don't know if they miss him or not. I think we've got some more. Oh dear, what's going on? Where's the yellow flag? Get the safety car out.
There's a CQR car miles off in the green painted area. Oh dear me. Is there anybody that survived that?
Do you know what? Every time myself and you are code up in this comms box, absolute all hell breaks loose. And once again, but I tell you what, who has come away with it absolutely laughing? Steve Walker, 3.4 seconds in the lead, and he's not even finished the first lap yet.
Graham Carroll started 7th, he's up into P2 for Apex Racing TV. Daniel Hunt 3rd for DG, so DG looking good. I'm amazed that Walker actually got away with it, given the fact that he made the same mistake that both Janowski and White's teammate Wild made in race 2. He didn't get a slowdown penalty on that occasion.
Yeah, maybe he did, but so much went off behind him with Plumley and that it just didn't matter. He could serve his penalty and still be 3.5 seconds in front.
No, Walker leads by 3.4. And no, he has got a legitimate chance to win this race. I think Carroll's got very good pace though, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's going to be up there. Jeroen Kaiser pretty much got away with whatever happened, and he's 4th. Rushworth is 5th. Davidovich is 6th. What a surprise that he's managed to get through as well. He always seems to. Terry is 7th, Gearing 8th, Giuriali 9th, and actually making a move on Gearing. The final up the inside to turn 4.
Yeah, gets the move done.
And then you've got Simon Field in 10th, Ben Gregory up to 11th. Gregory started 29th, he's already 11th. Linus Brostrom having a look up into Ferradura on him. Daniel Kraft with a bit of damage. All the CQR cars struggling. Whitehead ahead of Sutton. He lets Sutton through. Sutton with slight damage, nothing really major on that yellow machine, Alex. I think he'll be okay with that.
Yeah, I didn't see him get anything
Smolensky
too radical. Yeah, Smolensky up the inside here, so definitely looks like Whitehead's really struggling out there. So yeah,
damage on the right hand side.
The CQRs were all in one shot together, weren't they, at one point? All part and parcel of some sort of bundle.
Yeah, Tim Mawson's got a horrible looking right rear tyre. A lot of bodywork damage. I want to see if anybody's actually come out of that with an unscathed car. Matt Walker looks to have done.
Steve Walker sits the fastest lap of the race as well.
But he's only 1.8 now ahead of Carroll. I think Carroll went 1.7 seconds quicker on that previous lap, Alex. 36.2, that's qualifying pace from him.
Yeah, I'm guessing he must have had an off track there, which is why it's showing Walker as the fastest lap, so obviously wouldn't count for him. So just so we can see that as
several cars faster than actually faster than Walker, Alex. So He's going to have his hands full.
I was about to say, he's not going to have it always all way. Yeah, got a little bit of breathing room, so it's probably going to take him till lap 5 or 6. So, going to have to defend for a good half of this race, I would think. What he desperately needs is someone to get onto the back of Carroll and Hunt and start to put some pressure on them. But actually, looks like Kaiser here having a move on Hunt.
Yeah, Kaiser was also was all over the curb, wasn't he? And to the hairpin. Jamie Rushworth behind. Rushworth, this is a good chance for him and Swidovic to get some points on the championship rivals. It looked like Hoog was involved in the first lap carnage.
Yeah, I was about to say Hoog down in 28th place. Definitely not what he wanted. He's been into the pits, rejoined the circuit. Let's have a quick look. He's 1 lap down actually. He looks like he's in this battle, but he's not. He's a lap down out there right now.
Ashley Sutton 14th with some slight damage, not too much.
And this is Rushworth on the inside, I believe, of Kaiser. Yeah, pretty standard move there, nice. Gets the job done. Really fastest lap of the race this time. Official lap, that is.
36.241 for Stefano Giuriali. That is 1.4 seconds quicker than Steve Walker and 3/10 quicker than Graham Carroll in second place. So Giuriali, if he can get up to the back of Adam Terrian,
Rushworth on the outside. Well, outside of Hunt here. Takes the off track, gives himself a chance. Kaiser are looking to defend from Svidovic here as well.
Rushworth maintains that inside line through Ferradura. Kaiser trying to go up the inside of Svidovic. He's trying to defend on Svidovic and he hits Daniel Hunt. And Hunt survives, Alex. So
yeah, just about slips back into order there as they into that tight right-hander, and a mistake there from Svidovic. I think is that Svidovic? No, it's Kaiser. Sorry. And
DEG must be laughing, Alex, at the moment. First, and then I think 4th and 6th for them.
Yeah, great performance. Good to see him up there. Actually, that's another team that really struggles with bad luck, seem to be caught up in everything, so managed to miss it all this time.
A good pace, haven't they, though, when the car's working?
Carroll and Walker into turn 1, side by side, under braking. Carroll a little bit squirrely out of shape, but hits the apex beautifully, gets the move done. Walker decides best probably not to defend it. He can get a good finish here. Last thing he wants to do is get an early exit out of this race.
So Graham Carroll takes the lead of round 15 of the BSR Touring Car Championship with engine oil direct here, and you see Steve Walker struggling under braking. Graham Carroll hasn't won a race this season, Alex. This will be his best chance by far.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just looking at the gap between himself and Jamie Rushworth, it's about 3.5 seconds at the moment. So yeah, exactly. It's going to take Jamie a few laps, I would think, to get past Walker as well. He needs to build a gap now while he can.
Ashley Sutton going past Daniel Kraft. He's just been passed by Linus Brostrom as well. So Linus Brostrom is... Sutton been hit by Kraft. A little questionable from Daniel. Race against Daniel in the IndyCar Series this season.
Still side by side. Daniel should have the high ground there, but actually forces him to take all the curb there and just slows him up a little bit.
Ashley's car looks alright, doesn't it?
Yeah, he does seem to be struggling a little bit out there though, so I'm not sure if it's 100%, maybe some suspension damage that we can't
it looks like there's some slight damage actually to the front left. That might be why he's got a bit of oversteer in the left-handers possibly, as he's going through on Brostrom. It's for P12.
Giuriali again, lapping the fastest guy out there, 36.1, so he's absolutely flying. Trying to get onto the back of Kaiser. Oh! I think that was Linus and Kraft, was it? It was indeed, yeah, Kraft.
What happened to Kraft?
And he's dropping down the order really quickly out there now.
Oh, and he hits Mawson! The Kraft didn't see Mawson at all, you would think. And Tim's gone off. Survived with little damage, but that's not what he wanted.
See if we can get a little replay of it. Just watching.
Oh, and Tim's car's crabbing now. He's in real trouble, Mawson. Oh, he's going to go off the course any second now. He needs to be careful. Mawson, oh, hard into the wall. And all the rest of them are going to have to avoid him. They have.
Yeah, we were just watching a replay back while he did that as well, so we'll just stay with that, see what goes on, and then we'll have to jump back up towards the front because starting to hot up a little bit up there. Rushworth 0.9 of a second. Oh yeah, look at the crab in there, Tim, really struggling. Oh,
Kraft didn't see Mawson at all, but I'm not sure even Mawson really knew Kraft was right there. Difficult one, really.
I have to think this lap Rushworth going to be onto the back of Walker up there. Richard Wild on Matt Walker as well, getting very close. This battle here for what is 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th. That's Cardix, Ladler, Walker, Wild and Kraft. Great little battle.
Yeah, Kraft will be fighting his way back through there. We've actually got some Laser Tools cars, Alex, that didn't get involved in the first lap accident. Robert Graham and Gordon Wilson, they're going pretty nicely, 22nd and 23rd positions. In fact, their teammate Robert Burton, he's not their teammate, is he? It's a different car. But two Laser Tools cars. It's good to see them. Good to see them running still at this point.
Yeah.
Because so many times this season they seem to have just been in the pits after lap one.
As I say, there's a few teams out there that are definitely cursed, and they are one.
Jamie Rushworth said.
Rushworth on the inside of Walker.
Oh yes, and Srinovic is going through as well. Oh, Srinovic has lost it. Is that going to allow Daniel Hunt to go through?
No, I think he's going to hold on to that, Svidovic. But yeah, tried to take the opportunities to move there around the outside. Doesn't pay off. Nice little nudge from Steve Walker. Keeps himself in third.
Walker's pace isn't too bad. He was only 2 seconds behind Graham Carroll, so you're still getting on it there, Walker. Just back on Laser Tools, I just remember at Road America, it's a Scottish flag flying through the air.
Yeah, exactly.
And going through somebody's car. So I think it could have been Ben Gregory's car actually. It's ghosted all the way through, and I tell you what, Gregory's looking for some really good points, both for the ES Trophy and for the actual championship standings.
Yeah, Gregory, I tell you what, he had a tough week this week. So you think he got that pit lane penalty as we see some 3-wide action. Giuliani getting up past one of the DEG cars there. I think that was Hunt. He's got the move. He wants to try
he's on the grass, Giuliani.
Wants Taylor as well. Terry as well, sorry.
Oh, goodness me.
Up the inside, I think he's going to get this done. It's whether or not the teammates are going to battle behind as well.
Adam Terry, number 8 with the orange.
Oh, he's
roof.
not passed. He's not cleanly passed though. Terry's got the opportunity to come back up the inside, and he has done. And his teammate's going to follow him.
Giuliani didn't see the second DEG car at all there, did he? And he's lost a place.
Tries to hold it around the outside there, but nothing going. Looked like he had both moves done nicely, but nothing going there.
Giuliani's got so much traction, Alex, in these cooler conditions. Through the slow stuff, he's so quick, and look at that. Oh, he tried just that outside move. You're going to have a look into Young Cow. It's not very easy to pass there. But good to see DEG fighting in the front though.
Yeah, Terry 5th, Hunt in 6th, and then Steve Walker in 4th as well. So they're pretty much line astern at the moment.
Srinovic on Rushworth, Alex, down the main straight.
Into turn 1, he's got the inside line. We know Svidovic is good and can hang it around the outside sometimes, but doesn't manage to this time.
Rushworth, a veteran though of the series and former champion. As we said, he provided that track guide for us. He's doing really well, up in 2nd place.
He must have actually missed where Svidovic got past Walker as well, but Walker now just trying to hold on to the back of these two.
And he catch Graham Carroll though. Can anybody catch Graham Carroll? There's a slight nudge from Svidovic.
Yeah, Jamie went a little bit slow that time. I think it caught Svidovic out more than anything.
And look at this battle. Field and Gregory and Kaiser and Gearing and Sutton and Hoog. Well, Hoog's not involved, is he?
Yeah, that's starting to heat up a little bit now. So Kai's are really struggling out there. I'm not sure what his problems are, but dropped back to 10th place now. Definitely looked like he had a lot more pace in practice than these first couple of rounds.
Sutton and Gearing side by side in the infield, Alex. Gearing just positioning his car well. He's going to have to go to the inside, otherwise Sutton's going to be there, and he is. Oh, he just left the door open for him.
Yeah, he
Gearing fighting back around the outside. There's a bit of contact. Gearing's not shy about wheel-to-wheel action, is he? We've seen it so far this season.
I was about to say, you can't give Ashley half a sniff.
Oh,
He will go up
to
the
young
inside,
cow.
as he almost does again. And a little bit wide there from Gearing. That's going to be terrible. Ashley's going to breeze past him up the straight now.
However, Gearing might get the slipstream, Alex. If he's smart, he needs to get right back into line quickly. Get the slipstream from the CQR car and then have a go into turn one. But you see, Stefan Hoog, he's not really involved here. He's weaving around trying to distract these two, I think. Gearing misses his braking point, clobbers Sutton, who's round. I don't think there's too much. Oh, he's retired. Sutton's retired from the race immediately. He didn't even bother carrying on. As Rushworth and Svidovic is still going on. I think that wasn't very good from Gearing, was it? It was sloppy.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think it was 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other.
Svidovic and Rushworth into Ferradura.
I wasn't sure how that one was going to turn out. I don't think my voice could squeal any louder.
That's a fast corner to be leaving your nose in, isn't it?
Yeah, it could have been very, very messy, that one.
You've driven this track many times, Alex. We both have, actually, and it can provide races like this every so often, can't it? You get surprise winners, you get a melee or two. Just that kind of racetrack, isn't it?
Just having a look at Ladler and Cardix here as well. Oh, a little bit of contact there as well.
And once again, Laidler's car is not pristine at the front. Seems to never be. As Cardix is going to leave the door open. Look, another CQR driver taking advantage of somebody just being a little sloppy into the hairpin.
Yeah, you can't leave that sort of room, and the guys will jump straight up there.
We know from the from our F1 days, Alex, that the sort of move which you've got to cater for against these console drivers who will go for that. All the console drivers, shall we say?
I was about to say, not that we're calling any of these console drivers.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
But yes, I agree. Drivers like that will stick their nose in any place that looks like a half a move. So, and a touring car is no different.
They tried to squeeze a full-size touring car into a three-quarter touring car size gap.
Back at the inside, clips the wall actually on the inside there.
Really?
So,
both these guys they've got severe damage to the front left, and that won't have helped the handling of Mark Cardich's car. He's in the slipstream of the CQR machine. Is he going to have a go down to turn 4? In the Interlagos.
Round the outside, nothing happening there. He's got Richard Wilde behind. Obviously, Wilde trying to recover after the disaster was the last race. From sat on pole position.
Rushworth still ahead of Svidovic, and what this is doing is allowing Graham Carroll to escape. Carroll 1:36.8 the last time. Rushworth 1:36.9.
Yeah, and Svidovic only a 37 flat, so pretty safe for Graham Carroll out there. Just doesn't need to make a mistake. 2 laps left. Actually, I think when he crosses the line, it's going to be 1 to go, is it?
Yeah, indeed. And Steve Walker dropping back into the clutches of his teammate Adam Terry, who in turn he's actually fought off Duriali and seems to have enough for him on this one.
Yeah, I think Duriali just a little bit too far behind now to make a move on these guys, so they look pretty safe. Great result from DEG.
Need to keep an eye on the battle for second though, Alex, because if Rudovic is going to make a move, it's going to have to be this lap, and it may have to be up into turn 4. This is the last chance he may get.
It's probably the closest we've seen him all race as well.
He needs to go to the inside, and he does. Brakes extremely late. Can he get it stopped? He parks his car right on the inside curve. He pushes Rushworth slightly wide. Rushworth uses the outside line. Is he going to have the momentum up the hill into Ferradura? Svidovic, he can't swipe across him.
Yeah, the important thing there for Jamie is he just managed to keep a little slivering of his car alongside. Up the inside is Svidovic going to have a look. He tries. They're going to be side by
crashing!
side.
Rushworth off the course. He gives the position back, I think, Svidovic.
I'm not sure he'd give anything back there. Just good driving from Rushworth to hold on to it and keep his car alongside.
And Rushworth's the first one we've seen all race that hasn't left that space on the inside of the hairpin. Just allowing Drudovic to think about just to change his line a little bit.
A little bit of contact further back behind. That was teammates Terry and Walker coming to blows. But
Graham Carroll's going to come through to win this race, Alex, but we need to watch this battle with Rushworth and Srinovic. Could be so important for Jamie's championship and for Wojciech's. Carroll wins in Interlagos. Brilliant from him. Towards the line. And it is Rushworth by 8 thousandths of a second.
I was about to say that was close. I couldn't call it from the camera angle we were looking at there from behind. No idea who had that one. Walker comes across. Terry, Giuliani, Hunt, Field. Actually, what a great result for DG. Gregory up to 9th as well.
Just what they needed.
Teammates Kaiser and Gregory 9th and 10th. Kaiser had a bit of a shocker. I'm not really sure what happened with him, whether he caught some damage earlier on, but definitely struggled out there.
Don't think he quite had the pace for most of it.
Lugnuts Racing in 11th. Sliminski, he'll be delighted to actually finish in the United Sim Sports car. He's had some shocking luck this season as well. Finds himself in 12th. Adrian Whitehead, well, I'm not sure now as my timing screen starts to go all over the place, so get some final results up shortly.
I can go through that bit for you. Whitehead 14th, Laidler 15th. So Whitehead, the top CQR car, I want to pick that one. Carditch 16th, Wild 17th. So all the DEG cars in the top 20, that's brilliant for them. Daniel Crafton 18th. Poor weekend really for Engineers Direct, they never really got going. Matt Walker 19th, Robert Graham 20th. Getting the Laser Tools car in the top 20. We've not seen that for a couple of races at least. Gordon Wilson 21st, Julian Janowski 22nd, Ellis Stevens 23rd. 3 finishes for Stevens though, that's important. He hasn't had that all season. Robert Burton 24th, Eckhart von Glan 25th. He started from the pit lane, I think it paid off for him. Stefan Hoog was 1 lap down in 26th, but crucially for him, keeps the points there, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. That's, like you say, that's the important thing. It's only 45 and he will lose a lot of ground on Svidovic, but those points that he gets there might be the difference. If Svidovic gets DNF later on in the season, he could jump back up, so 45 is better than nothing.
We lost Malcolm, Sutton, Mawson, Bond, Taylor, Efford, Baker, Palmer, Jordan Roberts, Newman, Plumley and Adayakoba Lopez. So
yeah,
there's some fruity language in the chat. Some drivers not very happy with what's gone on tonight, but in all, I don't think it was too bad. Just a couple of unfortunate incidents in the first lap, really.
Exactly that. Again, you know, there isn't an awful lot of room, and the nature of the track with the switchback means you're always going to be a lot of side-by-side action in those first few corners. And yeah, unfortunately, guys, just perhaps a little bit caught out there, not leaving each other enough room, and then once something happens towards the front, it's just a snowball effect, and it's just so difficult to get out of the way.
I think as well, Alex, one of the things about Interlagos is the guys in the middle of the grid, they're not starting on the uphill slope. Sometimes get a much better start, and that sort of makes a bottleneck, doesn't it, into turn 1?
Yeah, exactly that. I think you know, when you look, we're looking at a replay of the start now, just a little bit further back on the grid. You know, those guys have got a downhill start as well. So
what happened was Plumley lost it going to turn 1, hits the wall, and then the Elite 220 car behind just had nowhere to go at all. I think Laura Bond possibly.
Do you know what? There was some. What we missed as well, that there was carnage on the main straight before even turn 1 as well. Just having a look at it now, and
we're looking at the back of the field, is it?
That was at the back of the field as well. Do you know what? There is cars everywhere. That was pretty bad. That was pretty messy. You know, everybody just trying to barge their way through as well in the end. So, yeah. I'm gobsmacked that the safety car didn't come out there. I think in that sort of position. Oh god, down the straight. It was, yeah.
Or was that done straight into 4? Was it as
That was
well?
down there. That was where Lopez got well retired, should we say?
Got retired, well and truly retired. I think some people. I mean, there was a bit of there wasn't. I wouldn't have said there's a lot of dodgy driving going on in the first couple of laps. I mean, Plumley lost it. It was a bit of an accident, nothing more. But in a bottleneck like that with walls at either side, there's really nothing there's nowhere for anybody to go. And in fact, Lopez was side by side with Linus, and Linus actually pretty much just forced him onto the grass. Oh, they both of them just made contact. Actually, that's a big racing incident, I think there, but didn't help everybody behind either.
Right, what
lots
we're
to talk about, Alex, and I think we're going to do just that.
Yeah, before he nips off, because I know he likes to jump off really quickly, I'm going to try and bring Svidovic down, because I know we haven't had a chat with him so far this season. Let's see if we can just get hold of him very quickly. He might not want to have a little chat, and apologies if we grab you and you're not available for a little chat.
Yes,
Svidovic, welcome to BSR TV commentary box. Alex Simpson, Andrew Woodhouse here. Congratulations on another good week. Led the championship, extended the lead again. Just tell us about the races from your point of view. I'd have to say, first thing, you must be pretty chuffed.
I am very happy from this week's performance. Didn't take any win, but still 3 times the podium. I couldn't ask for more.
No, especially with the reverse grids. Wojciech, you missed that by 8 thousandths of a second. Did you think you had that second place at the end?
To be honest with you, I thought I had it. But Jamie was quicker this time. But yeah, we had a really great battle throughout the whole last lap, and yeah, that was a race to remember.
You've had pole position in the first round of each sort of week for the last few weeks now as well. So qualifying pace seems to be there. You look very, very strong. I mean, is your mind firmly placed on pushing forward for this championship now, or are you just like so many of the F1 drivers out there, and where they say, I'm just focused on race per race? What's your mindset? Are you looking at the championship, or is it just each race as it comes?
Oh yeah, definitely looking for the long run. I'm not taking any unnecessary risks. Just one place difference. Sometimes it's not a big deal. It's better to look ahead and just keep the advantage I have at the moment, because it's quite big, I think.
How important is it just to be consistent over the whole season? Obviously, that's the key for a lot of drivers so far. And you any different? Is that the mentality? Just finish as many races as possible?
Yeah, definitely consistency and luck as well. Like Stefan actually put on chat, it's 50-50, 50% luck, 50% skill, and you kind of could agree with that, because if you're taken out, you're losing about 80 points per race, and then it's really, really hard to take it back.
And talking about obviously the luck and whatnot, I mean, tell us about the second and third rounds tonight. The start, particularly from your point of view, because I mean we've seen some big crashes before at the start. Suzuka was quite bad, but I don't think anything can top what we've seen tonight. So just talk us through your mindset of those reverse grids and how you go about them off the start.
Yeah, in race 2 I knew that the car was a little bit more twitchy than in race 1 because the weather was colder, so I knew something might happen. It wasn't too bad, and I kind of survived. It's all about survival. And in race 3, like you all know, like that was crazy. The weather was very, very cold. It was full overcast, and the car was so twitchy on the first lap. I just knew I just had to brake much earlier and try to navigate, because I was sure something will happen.
Had a great battle with Jamie in race 3. Just it was fair and it was hard fought. And did you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think I could overtake him into the right-hand hairpin, but yeah, I know I pushed him a bit too much, so I decided to give the position back and try again at the last corner. Didn't pay out, but yeah, I'm still happy with the third place, nevertheless.
You'll be going down there and you'll painting the finish line on about 10 feet further across next time. So you can sneak past. Alex, I suppose you're effectively Wojciech's car owner, aren't you, technically?
Yeah, you could say that.
So you pleased with how it's going for the team when Graham Carroll won the race?
Well, of course, I can't be unhappy with the fact that each race seems to be an Apex Racing TV car sitting on pole position and winning races and on the podium. So yeah, no, it's all good. Thank you very much, sir.
Oh yeah, my pleasure.
Right, well, enjoy the celebrations. We'll no doubt see you next week, and good luck there.
Lovely, thanks very much, and see you next week.
Cheers, Roger.
Cheers. Right, who do you fancy having a quick chat with now, Andrew?
I don't know, mate. I'll just have a quick look and see who's up there. I don't know. It's actually still about, or has he disappeared?
No, it looks like he's gone.
We had an eventful race. I'll tell you what. I want to have a quick word with Dave Baker, because he was quite vocal about the some of the driving standards in the first couple of laps. I just want to get his opinion really on that.
Yeah, let's see if we can just quickly grab him in.
Dave Baker, welcome to the commentary channel, mate. First time we've had you up here. You're a bit vocal about the sort of the driving standards in some of the starts tonight. Can you just take us through your perspective on a bit of the carnage, I suppose, that happened?
Yeah, I think that's it, guys. It was just a bit carnage. The third one, I think, was where we suffered quite a bit, because people knew it was going to be cold and a bit slippery. The weather had changed a bit, but you saw people still just trying to force it and let it settle down. So it's just what it is.
I think that's what looked to catch out Robert at the front, actually, and he hit the wall, and then nowhere really for anybody to go. But I'll just change my tune a little bit on this one, though. We've been having a little running joke. If you watch the broadcast, you'll know about you finishing sixth all the time.
Yeah. You're not the only one who's noticed that.
But consistency is king in this championship. Just had Wojciech talking about that. Is that your mentality, just to finish as many races and make sure you pick up the good points every time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's what saved my season last year. I finished quite consistently, but this one not going so well. But my drivers' championship might be over, but I'm still in it, obviously, for the team to help out them as best I can.
I think it's far from over. I think there's a lot of time left. Alex, David's shown a lot of consistency, and but good battles with Ashley Sutton, I suppose, in the first race as well.
Yeah. I just wanted to touch really on what you said about there and the team championship. Obviously, both myself and Andrew are quite new to the series. Did you guys win the championship last year?
Yeah, we were quite dominant last year, but I think because we were consistent, we didn't fight so much. Sometimes, we had a little bit maybe boring race. It's always nice to fight, but yeah, it's the consistency and it's scoring points in every round if you can.
Well, this is what I wanted to touch on, actually. A lot of the time, people will hear me going on about consistency and things like that, and but, at the end of the day, that's what wins championship, whether it be driver or team championship. And I think all of your guys really out there go about that with a very similar kind of attitude, and we don't really see you guys fighting overly hard. But
that's it. Yeah, we'll still fight.
To a point.
Yeah, it's still a fight. It's still racing. But yeah, we might not maybe force it as much as some other teams might. But that's a decision we make.
We had a bit of a mixed bag tonight as a team. Stefan got caught up in a couple of things, but then Ben Gregory had a couple of good fight backs, and then yourself was a bit mixed. Are you happy with the way the season has gone though so far?
Yeah, I can't complain too much. I say obviously some of the results have been up there. We've had Jerome getting his first win earlier on. I've had a couple of DNFs, which maybe I didn't suffer from last season. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss out a few rounds later on in the season. I think Tim Mawson's going to sub in for me, so hopefully we'll still do quite well. But yeah, we'll just say keep plugging away.
What actually, do you know actually what happened to your own in that last race? Because he sort of dropped back, but we didn't really see if there was anything untoward that happened.
No, I'm yet to speak to the guys to find out what happened really, but we'll no doubt find out.
Alright, Dave, well, thanks very much for joining us up here. All the best next week, and we'll see you there.
Yeah, no problem, guys. You take care, and thanks for doing all the broadcasts as usual.
Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, mate. Right, Mr. Woodhouse, I think what we'll probably do is we'll wrap the show up, but before we do that, let's just talk about your driver of the night.
It's me. I think you've got to give it to Wojciech. I think bore everyone again. He was very consistent. 3 times on the podium, didn't win a race, but he showed very good pace, and he did keep it fairly clean tonight. And I think that's the key. And generally good performances, I think, all around. And as well, he got up from 16th to 3rd in the last race. That was an underrated drive from him, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Actually, there, I think consistency. Again, I'm going on about. It is important, and he's extended his lead again in the championship. And as he said, he could have had a little look elsewhere, but it probably had been a little bit too risky. And he decided to think about the championship. It's interesting, actually, that we're less than halfway through the season. Well, we're about halfway now, aren't we? Actually, because they're one of the rounds has come out of it, I think. So he's he's got a mindful eye on that championship as well. Maybe that interview there as well. Some drivers will take that on board. Those that are trying to catch him up and things like that, when they late on in the race, when he has a little look up the inside here or there, maybe that sort of mindset might creep in, and the other drivers think, well, I'm going to go for it. He's going to give me the room. So we'll see how that one pans out.
But I mean, it illustrates the point, doesn't it? Rushworth won a race. Hoog won a race tonight, but yeah, it's Saridovic who manages to extend the championship lead. So this model is working, and he seems to be, he's pushing hard for the win, of course he is, but getting 3rd and 2nds, no doubt helping him a lot. DEG, I've got to mention them. I think they had a really good last race. There's a team of the last race, and that's definitely them. They finished 4th, 5th, and 8th. And also Richard Wilde got up into 17th from what I assume was pretty much the back of the grid, 35th place. So that was great for them, and it's nice to see the red cars finishing the races, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. I've been sent actually the driver standings. I can't unfortunately bring them up on the screen before the race, just because of the way the overlay system works. But what we'll do is we'll just take a quick look at it as well. Yeah, so
Mr. Kaiser always quick off the mark.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not sure how that works, but Hoog is still showing is only 90 points behind. Now I thought it'd be a lot more after that one as well. So not sure what has gone on there. Rushworth holding on to 3rd.
That's the same table, isn't it?
That's the same one, yeah. So
I think that's the same table as in the last one, but I've seen the team's championship as well. I'll just have a little look at that. Team O looking very strong. They're 640 points ahead, Alex, and I really do think that's come from, they don't have a weakness in their driver lineup either, do they? They've got very very good solid team, and as Dave said, even if Tim comes in, then that's another solid driver who's not going to let them down, I think. Yeah,
and I think actually Adam touched on this a couple of weeks ago as well. I'm not sure if it was on air at the time, but he was saying that the important thing with Team O is that they always field all of their drivers as well, and they always get a substitute in if someone can't do it as well. Obviously we do have a reserve system here. Some privateers can step into a team as well, and they always make sure they've got someone driving for them, consistently clocking up those points. And yeah, halfway through the season, a 673 point lead. David didn't touch on it about it being dominant so far this season, but to me that looks pretty dominant.
Yep. I think you're right. I think that's a good place that we can end it. But thanks very much, mate. Had a lot of fun tonight at Interlagos. Normal.
Yep, thanks very much, mate. Yeah, enjoyed the show. Just actually very, very quickly looking to see where we are next week. Oh, we're at Spa. So
that should be good.
Obviously,
not going to be many laps there, though, is there?
I was about to say long old lap there in these Kias, but still make for some good racing. No matter what car you're in, I think Lecombe and the bus stop chicane and.
Been all sorts of controversy at Lecombe this week, so let's hope that we don't get any of that stuff next time.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh God, can you think what Turn 1's going to be like? Here's pretty bad, but Turn 1 is always nightmare. So I expect to see
Is it the Grand Prix layout?
I'm guessing it is. I'm not 100% sure if it's that or the classic layout, but yeah.
Potentially, if we start with La Source as the first corner, then all hell could break loose.
Yeah, absolutely. 5 wide coming off the corner in there using the runoff area.
Going towards Rouge.
It's going to be very interesting. Well, thanks very much, mate. Enjoyed
no problem.
Stepping in. I think Adam's back actually next week for that one, so I'll just be sitting in the background doing the cameras. But I've enjoyed my my little trip up to the the big boy step. So
enjoyed it a lot tonight, and like I say, Spa should be pretty epic. So from all of us here at BSRTV, this has been rounds 13, 14 and 15 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship with Engine Oil Direct. I've been Andrew Woodhouse. I've been joined by Alex Simpson. We'll be back next week.